Assalamualaikum. I am Talat Suhail. I welcome you all to Virtual University's program on personality psychology. Dear students, in this program of personality psychology, we are talking to you about theories of personality. And today we will be beginning with a very fascinating theory given to us by Sheldon. So today we will be talking about Sheldon's somatotype theory. Now, before beginning with lecture number 17, let us recap what we did in lecture number 16. जनाब, lecture number 16 में we were talking about Sullivan's interpersonal theory. और ये जो सलिवन की interpersonal theory थी, इसमें the focus was on interpersonal situations. So for Sullivan, personality is a hypothetical entity, and personality develops as a result of interpersonal events, interpersonal behaviors that take place between people. So for Sullivan, personality develops as a result of interpersonal situations, interpersonal events that takes place between individuals. So let's take an example. Now, if we are to talk about a personality of a university teacher or personality of a university student, well, the personality development of a university teacher or a university student, it develops as a result of interpersonal events, interpersonal situations that a university teacher or a student comes across. So basically we are referring to the word interpersonal. Interpersonal means relations, events, situations between people. So Sullivan's focus is on interpersonal situations, not intrapsychic situations, as it was in the case of Sigmund Freud, where the focus is on intrapsychic events, that is, events taking place within the psychical system of the individual. Well, for Sullivan, it is interpersonal events, events taking place between individuals, which is important. For example, the personality development of a child results because of the interactions, interpersonal situations that a child has with the family, with the friends, with neighbors. So as a result of these interpersonal situations and events, the personality of the child develops. हमने जनाब आपके साथ किए सलिवन की इंटरपर्सनल थ्योरी के कोर कॉन्सेप्ट्स, जिसमें हमारा फोकस रहा डायनामिज्म पे, एनर्जी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस पे, सेल्फ सिस्टम पे, पर्सोनिफिकेशंस पे. Well, we even talked about the cognitive processes, and according to Sullivan, an individual passes through 3 cognitive experiences: prototaxic, पैराटैक्सिक एंड सिंटैक्सिक. उसके बाद जनाब आपसे बात की हमने डायनामिक्स ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी की, पर्सनैलिटी डेवलपमेंट की आपसे बात की थी. एंड फॉर सलिवन, an individual passes through 6 interpersonal situations or events, which begins from infancy and goes up to adulthood. And as a result of these interpersonal situations, the personality development takes place. फिर हमने आपसे रिसर्च टेक्निक्स की बात की थी, जिसमें हमने देखा था कि सलिवन वाज एम्फसाइजिंग ऑन इंटरव्यू, और इंटरव्यू की 4 स्टेजेस पे सलिवन का फोकस था. एंड देन ही कंडक्टेड अ लॉट ऑफ रिसर्च ऑन स्किज़ोफ्रेनिक्स, एंड बिकॉज ही हैड एम्पैथी he had a very developed characteristic or attribute of empathy, on the basis of which Sullivan developed some very good relationship with schizophrenic people, and because of that he was able to collect a lot of rich data based on his research with schizophrenics. So let us go through the core concepts very briefly just to have a bird's eye view. तो जनाब जितने भी कोर कॉन्सेप्ट्स थे सलिवन के इंटरपर्सनल थ्योरी के, जस्ट लेट्स गो थ्रू देम वेरी ब्रीफली. हमने कहा सबसे पहला था डायनामिज्म. Dynamism is the smallest unit that can be employed in the study of the individual. It is defined as the pattern of energy transformations which characterize the existence of the organism. Energy transformation. An energy transformation is any form of behavior. It may be overt and public like talking, or covert and private like thinking and fantasizing. Personifications. A personification is an image that an individual has of himself or herself or of another person. It is a complex of feelings, attitude, conceptions that grows out of experiences with need satisfaction and anxiety. Cognitive process. Sullivan's unique contribution regarding the place of cognition in the affairs of personality is his threefold classification of experience. Experience occurs in three modes. These are prototaxic, parataxic, and syntaxic. Dynamics of personality. Sullivan conceives of personality as an energy system whose chief work consists of activities that will reduce tension. Tension. For Sullivan, the organism's tension system can vary between the limits of absolute relaxation to absolute tension, as exemplified by extreme terror. There are two main sources of tension: tensions that arise from needs of the organism and tensions that result from anxiety. Development of personality. Sullivan spells out the sequence of interpersonal situations to which the person is exposed in passing from infancy to adulthood, and the ways in which these situations contribute to formation of personality. Stages of development. Sullivan spells out 6 stages in the development of personality. They are infancy, childhood, juvenile era, pre-adolescence, early adolescence, and late adolescence. Research methods. Interview and research on schizophrenia. Interview includes 4 stages of the interview, and research on schizophrenia was carried on because empathy was one of the greatest personality traits of Sullivan. Dear students, that is as far as Sullivan's interpersonal theory of personality is concerned. Now let us begin with a very fascinating, a very interesting theory given to us by Sheldon. Sheldon's somatotype theory. Now before beginning with that, let's have a little talk with you. Do you ever wonder that this world is full of people? People come in a variety of different physiques. Some are long, some are short, some are lean, some are fat. So this world has a variety to offer to us because of the different physiques that people possess. Keeping these physique types or body types in mind, it was Sheldon who developed his somatotype theory of personality. Of course, before Sheldon, there are individuals who have been talking about a particular body type, and because having a particular body type, the personality of an individual develops, the behavior of an individual develops. So, keeping that in mind, if we go back, we come across Hippocrates, who was the first one who was talking about different body types. That is, people are long, people are short, people are fat, people are lean. It was later Kretschmer, because Hippocrates simply classified people into 2 groups: fat and thick, frail and lean. It was Kretschmer who classified people into 3 types. And we come across Sheldon, who also is classifying people according to their body types, that is a specific type of body, having a specific type of behavior, having a specific type of personality, having a specific type of temperament or mood. तो कभी आपने सोचा, have you ever given this phenomena a little thinking? We do come across people who are fat, we do come across very lean people, we do come across people who are very conscious about their body weight, we do come across people who are fat but very happy, lucky go type of individuals. We come across people who are very lean, very cunning, very mean, very sly. So what is it? So do you believe that fat people are jolly and happy, lean people are shy and depressed, and all red hair people have violent moods? क्या कभी आपको ऐसा लगा कि वो लोग जो फैट हैं वो बहुत हैप्पी जॉली टाइप इंडिविजुअल्स हैं, वो लोग जो बहुत दुबले पतले हैं क्या वो बहुत शर्मीले हैं और क्या वो बहुत डिप्रेस रहते हैं, और क्या वो सारे लोग जिनको अल्लाह ताला ने सुर्ख बाल दिए हैं क्या उनके मूड्स और टेम्परामेंट्स बड़े वायलेंट और अग्रेसिव हैं? हैव यू एवर गिवन दिस अ थॉट? वेल, देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन फॉर यू. इज बिहेवियर रिलेटेड टू फिजिक और फिजिकल ऑब्जर्वेबल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स? क्या ऐसा है कि हमारा किरदार और हमारा बिहेवियर जो है वो हमारी फिजिक, बॉडी टाइप या फिजिकल ऑब्जर्वेबल पर्सनैलिटी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स से मिलता हुआ है? वेल, द आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन इज यस. बॉडी टाइप is related to a specific type of behavior, and if you want to have more information about it, well, you got to study constitutional psychology. तो हमने कहा कि एक specific body type has a specific behavior, has a specific personality. So if you want to explore this phenomena more, you got to study constitutional psychology. So what is constitutional psychology? Constitutional psychology looks at the physique or soma or body type as possible explanation of human behavior. So our physique, our body type is a possible explanation of our behavior, is a possible explanation of a type of personality that we possess. That is, fat and short is one body type. So is it that all fat and short people are happy, jolly type? Is it that all lean and frail people are shy and depressed? So constitutional psychology says that body type tries to explain human behavior. And this philosophy was taken up by Sheldon. Sheldon's somatotype theory. Look at the term somatotype. Soma. Soma means body. And somatotype means studying the body types of individuals. Studying the body types of people. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि if a specific body type explains a particular specific behavior, so फिर Sheldon's somatotype theory is trying to relate two things, body type and explaining behavior. Connecting these two variables together is what Sheldon's somatotype theory is doing. Now, Sheldon defines his somatotype theory as, Sheldon defines, number 1, a discrete number of physical, number 2, and temperamental variables that he considers of primary importance in representing human behavior. So for Sheldon's somatotype theory, he thinks that a set of discrete, independent, separate, physical observable characteristics or physique of an individual. Number 2, temperamental variables, that is our moods. Well, they connect together in explaining the personality of an individual. और ये वो दो चीजें हैं जिनको शेल्डन is trying to take into account. A complete description of the process of somatotyping the male body is contained in Sheldon's Atlas of Men, which includes representative somatotype photographs of over 1,000 men derived from a total sample of 46,000 photographs. The physical measurements provide ratings for 5 different areas of the body: head and neck, chest, trunk, arms, stomach, trunk, and legs. So dear students, we are talking to you about Sheldon's somatotype theory. और हमने ये कहा कि Sheldon is focusing number 1 on physique, number 2 on temperament or mood, and he tries to explain human behavior taking into account the physique and the temperament. अब उसने तरीका क्या इजाद किया? He used a technique. He had some 46,000 photographs of males, and out of these he derived out of these 46,000 he selected 1,000 photographs, और उसमें से he devised a method using 5 different areas of the body, that is head and neck, chest trunk area, stomach trunk area, and the legs. Now try to conceptualize these 5 different areas of the body were used in somatotyping all individuals, and based on this somatotyping technique he gave 3 types of individuals. वो 3 types जो हैं उनके ऊपर अभी हम बात करेंगे. इस बार सिर्फ आपको उनके नाम आने चाहिए: ectomorph, mesomorph, endomorphs. So based on this technique he classified individuals into 3 types. Now examples: people have different body structures or types. Number 1, lean and frail like film actresses. Number 2, muscular and well built like athletes and sportsmen. Number 3, plump and fat like little babies. So each individual with a specific body type also has a specific type of personality and behavior. Dear students, we are talking to you about Sheldon's somatotype theory, और हमने ये कहा कि every individual who comes into this world has a specific body type, और उसमें हमने ये देखा कि there are basically 3 types जिन पे फोकस हो रहे हैं. Number 1, fat people, plump and fat people, lean and frail people, and then there are individuals who are muscular and well built, जिस तरह athletes होते हैं. What actually we are trying to relate? We are trying to relate physique with explaining human behavior. So हम ये करना चाह रहे हैं कि एक particular physique, soma और body type, and how it is related to human behavior, how on the basis of a particular body type we can explain human behavior. For example, हम कहते हैं lean and frail are individuals who are very much bothered about their physique, such as film actresses or models. Muscular and well-built individuals are usually athletes and sportsmen. And plump and fat are babies, usually who are least bothered about how they look. Now each individual with a specific body type has a specific personality and behavior. तो हर specific body type जो है उसकी एक specific personality है और एक specific एक खास behavior है. जिस तरह हमने कहा fat and plump people. Well, fat and plump people are happy and jolly type. Lean and frail people are depressed type. Muscular and well-built people are aggressive type. I am not giving these classification. It is Sheldon who's talking about a specific body type related with a specific behavior, related with a specific type of personality. Now, let us go through the core concepts of Sheldon's somatotype theory. Dear students, we will be talking to you about the core concepts of Sheldon's somatotype theory. Number 1, the structure of physique, dimensions of physique, primary components of physique. Number 1, endomorphy. Number 2, mesomorphy. Number 3, ectomorphy. Number 2, the secondary components of physique, dysplasia, female somatotyping. Number 3, the analysis of behavior, personality that is, dimensions of temperament, primary components of temperament. Number 4, the relationship of physique to behavior. Number 1, factors mediating the physique-temperament association. Number 2, biological and genetic orientation. Number 3, unconscious processes. Number 5, characteristic research and research methods. Number 1, physique and mental disorder. Number 2, physique and delinquency. And number 6, we'll evaluate Sheldon's somatotype theory. Dear students, that is as far as the core concepts of Sheldon's somatotype theory is concerned. हम देखेंगे physique, dimensions of physique. We'll see the 3 types of physique that Sheldon is talking about. He is very much concerned with the ectomorphs, mesomorphs, endomorphs. उसके बाद हम ये देखेंगे कि how physique is related to temperament. टेम्परामेंट की डायमेंशंस देखेंगे और फिर ये देखेंगे कि वो कौन से फैक्टर्स हैं जो मीडिएट करते हैं फिजिक में और टेम्परामेंट में. एंड देन वी आर गोइंग टू गो थ्रू सम ऑफ द रिसर्च मेथड्स एंड रिसर्च टेक्निक्स दैट शेल्डन यूज्ड, और उसका फोकस रहा जिसमें फिजिक एंड मेंटल डिसऑर्डर्स पे, फिजिक एंड द रिलेशनशिप ऑफ डिलिंक्वेंसी, फिजिक and how delinquents, that is specific type of criminal behavior, how it develops. We'll talk about that as well. और सबसे एंड पे हम उसकी थ्योरी को evaluate करें. So let us begin with Sheldon's somatotype theory. जनाब, when we are talking about constitutional psychology, well, Sheldon's constitutional psychology focuses on specific body type, specific physique, specific observable physical characteristics, and how we can use these physical characteristics in explaining personality, in explaining human behavior. So Sheldon's constitutional psychology. The constitutional psychologist is one who looks to the biological substratum of the individual for factors that are important to the explanation of human behavior. Constitutional psychology of the past. Theories that suggest a relationship between physique and behavior goes back to centuries. Not only did these formulations begin in the dim past, but more surprisingly, many of them show a remarkable correspondence to formulations that are still popular. Hippocrates suggested not only a typology of physique, but also a temperament typology and a conception of humors that is highly congruent with the current emphasis on the importance of endocrine secretions as determinants of behavior. So we are talking to you about the past of constitutional psychology. Well, if we go back in history, we come across Hippocrates. Hippocrates is the first individual in history who's talking about specific types of physiques, specific types of temperaments, and specific types of humors or fluids in the body of the individual. Now these specific physiques, these specific temperaments and these specific fluids or humors in the body of the individual are responsible for a specific type of personality, for explaining behavior in a specific way. Hippocrates suggested a twofold classification of physiques, dividing subjects into those who were short and thick and those who were long and thin. So हमारे सामने हिपोक्रेट्स की एक बिल्कुल सिंपल क्लासिफिकेशन आती, and for Hippocrates all people on the earth could be classified into two types: short and thick, that is short and fat people, and the second category, that is tall and lean. So for him this was a simple classification: either you are short or you are tall, either you are fat or you are lean. So for him classification was very easy. We have got another important significant individual, and that is Kretschmer. Kretschmer has also classified individuals. In the measurement of physique, Kretschmer was surprisingly systematic and painstaking. As a result of it, Kretschmer arrived at a conception of three fundamental types of physiques. The first type is called the asthenic type, which refers to a frail and linear physique. The second physique type is the athletic, which is a muscular physique. And the third type is the pycnic physique, which is characterized by plumpness. Dear students, we are talking to you about Kretschmer's three types of people. It was Kretschmer who classified all the people into three types. पहले को उसने कहा asthenic, दूसरे को उसने कहा athletic और तीसरे को उसने कहा pycnic. Now these three classifications or people being classified into just three groups was by Kretschmer. अब अगर हम इस classification को देखें तो the first one, the asthenic type, it refers to individuals who are very frail and lean. The second type, which refers to athletic, refers to a muscular physique. और तीसरी pycnic, it refers basically to individual who is plump and fat. So for Kretschmer, it's three groups which are important. Hippocrates was talking about two groups. Kretschmer is talking about classifying people on different body types into three groups. Now, in addition to these three groups, Kretschmer also talked about another important component. In addition to the three types outlined, it was Kretschmer who added dysplastic or dysplasia. This includes small group of cases where they appear even to the casual observer as rare, surprising, and extremely ugly. So for Kretschmer, there are basically three types. Basically he is referring to three types और वो सारे लोगों को इन तीन ग्रुप्स में देखते हैं, लेकिन एक चौथे ग्रुप की भी बात करता है डिस्प्लास्टिक और डिस्प्लासिया की, और उसमें वो डालते हैं उन केसेस को विच आर वेरी रेयर, विच आर वेरी अगली एंड विच आर वेरी फ्यू. So he is talking about basically four body types, four types of physiques used in explaining human behavior. Ernest Kretschmer provides an indispensable backdrop against which Sheldon's formulations and procedures evolved. Although it is true that Sheldon's work is vastly superior in many respects to that of his predecessors, it is unlikely that his achievements could have been accomplished without the imaginative and painstaking efforts of these earlier figures. So we are talking to you about Sheldon's somatotype theory, और हमने आपसे ये कहा कि it was initially Hippocrates who classified people into two groups. Then Kretschmer, he gave us 3 types of people. The 4th category given to us by Kretschmer is of rare type of individuals, और जो बहुत कम है. So it was these 2 background theories which were already available, on the basis of which Sheldon developed his own somatotype theory. Now, dear students, the background was there, the initial groundwork had been done, जिसमें हमारे पास हिपोक्रेट्स का भी वर्क है, क्रेचमर का भी वर्क है, और ये वो पीरियड है जिस वक्त शेल्डन आपको सोमैटोटाइप थ्योरी दे रहे हैं, जिस वक्त गॉर्डन ऑलपॉट इज ऑल्सो टॉकिंग अबाउट हिज ट्रेड्स, that is individuals can be classified into different personality on basis of traits. So ये कुछ उसकी भी इम्पोर्टेंस थी, गॉर्डन ऑलपॉट्स की ट्रेड थ्योरी की, क्रेचमर के वर्क की, हिपोक्रेट्स की वर्क की, which led Sheldon to develop his somatotype theory. Now let us go through a biographical sketch of Sheldon. William H. Sheldon. Sheldon was born in the year 1899 in Warwick, Rhode Island, where he grew up in a farm setting. The rural atmosphere of his early life and his close relationships with his father, who was a naturalist and animal breeder, had a lasting effect upon his values and upon his view of human behavior. Sheldon's professional writings follow a remarkable consistent mainstream with only 2 interesting excursions. They represent an attempt to identify and describe the major structural components of human body, the varieties of human physique, the major components of temperament, the varieties of temperament, and the application of these findings to the area of delinquency, varieties of delinquent youth. Sheldon returned to the problem of description of physique in his Atlas of Men and several other publications. Up till until the time of his death, Sheldon was actively working on an Atlas of Women, an Atlas of Children, and a volume concerned with physique and organic disease. Dear students, we are talking to you about Sheldon's biographical sketch, और हम ये देखते हैं कि he was basically a naturalist and he enjoyed the farm life, and his father was a breeder, and you can say these factors in themselves also contributed in his interest in focusing on physique, different types of physique, and how these different types of physique lead to development of different types of personalities. In Sheldon's theory, we find a clear and vigorous exposition of crucial importance of the physical structure of the body as a primary determinant of behavior. Moreover, he identifies a set of objective variables that can be used as a bridgehead for describing physique and behavior. Furthermore, his techniques for assessing the structural characteristics of the body involves the use of standard photographs and a much more carefully specified and reproducible procedure than those of his predecessors. Dear students, let us begin with the core concepts, और उसमें सबसे पहला हमारे पास है the structure of physique. So हमने ये आपसे पहले भी बात की थी कि for Sheldon it is the body type, physique, which is important. Number 2, temperamental variables, and these 2 are used extensively in explaining different types of bodies. और 3 body types के ऊपर शेल्डन का फोकस है, ectomorphs, mesomorphs, endomorphs. So let us see the dimensions of physique. After a considerable period of carefully examining and judging the pictures, Sheldon and his associates concluded with a list of 3 they had exhausted the possibilities of discovering new components. These 3 dimensions became the core of the technique for assessing physical structure of the body. The first component was endomorphy. The individual who is high in this component and low in both of the others is characterized by softness and a spherical appearance. The digestive viscera are highly developed in this physique, and that the functional elements of those structures develop primarily from endodermal embryonic layer accounts for the use of the term endomorphy. Example, fat and plump people who have highly developed digestive viscera. PTV serial Alif Noon, where Noon was fat and jolly type of person in the category of endomorph. We are talking to you about Sheldon somatotype, और हमने ये कहा कि it was Sheldon who classified people into 3 types. और ये जो 3 types of people हैं, इसमें सबसे पहला ग्रुप हमारे पास है endomorphs का. Endomorphs are individuals who are spherical and soft, that is they are fat and plump, and they have highly developed digestive viscera, and they ये भी reflect करता है that is their digestive system is highly developed, that is they would be fond of eating. और फिर हम ये देखते हैं कि ये वो individuals हैं who are happy go lucky type of individuals. एग्जाम्पल इसमें मैंने आपके लिए सिलेक्ट किया है. अगर आप देखते हैं टेलीविजन के ऊपर लॉरेल एंड हार्डी, वेल दीज आर 2 फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर. वन इज वेरी फैट एंड प्लम्प एंड द अदर वन इज लीन. इसी तरह PTV का सीरियल था अलिफ नून, और उसमें द फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर ऑफ नून who is fat, spherical in appearance and happy-go-lucky type of an individual. So dear students, we are talking to you about Sheldon's somatotype theory, और उसमें हम आपसे बात कर रहे हैं endomorphy की, और हमने कहा endomorphs are individual who are fat and plump. और मिसाल उसमें मैंने आपको अलिफ नून की दी, और उसमें मैंने इंडिविजुअल सिलेक्ट किया नून who was soft, spherical and plump and fat. The second component was referred to as mesomorphy. The mesomorphic body is strong, tough, resistant to injury, and generally equipped for strenuous and exacting physical demands. The athlete, adventurer or professional soldier might best be endowed with this type of physique. The dominant portion of this physique have derived primarily from the mesodermal embryonic layer, hence the term mesomorph. Example, all heroes of English and Urdu films are strong, tough, adventurous, and they may be classified as mesomorphs. Dear students, we are talking to you about the second physique type given to us by Sheldon, जिसमें हमने कहा individuals who have got very muscular, very tough build, and they are the ones who love to be adventurous. और इस ग्रुप में शामिल होंगे वो individuals यानी सारे athletes, boxers, wrestlers और individuals who love adventure. I have taken example in this particular group of those अंग्रेजी और उर्दू फिल्मों के तमाम हीरोज जो हैं वो इसमें शामिल होंगे, because they are according to the character description, they are very tough and they are muscular and they can handle any dangerous situation. So I have taken the example of all heroes of our English and Urdu films, and they may be classified as mesomorphs. The third component was labeled ectomorphy. An individual who is usually thin and lightly muscled. Relative to his mass, the ectomorph has more surface area than other types of physiques. He shows a preponderance of surface over mass. He also has the largest brain and central nervous system in proportion to his size. From this, Sheldon reasons that his physique is made up more so than the other physiques of tissues that have been derived from the ectodermal embryonic layer, and the ectomorph, because of his large proportionate surface area, is overexposed to external stimulation. Example, thin and frail people who have highly developed brain and nervous system. PTV serial Alif Noon, where Alif was thin, mean and serious type of a person, in category of ectomorph. Dear students, we are talking to you about the third category of people as classified by Sheldon, and that is ectomorphy. And these individuals who are lean and thin, frail, and they have very large and well developed nervous system. और ये वो इंडिविजुअल्स होते हैं जो ज़्यादातर हुआ वेरी सीरियस माइंडेड. और जनाब इसमें मैंने जो एग्जांपल आपके लिए लिया है वो PTV के सीरियल में से अलिफ नून में से दी fictional character of Aleph, who is lean and thin and mean and very crafty and cunning and scheming up different things. So that can also give you an idea that lean and frail people have very well developed brain and nervous system, and they are actively involved in different mental exercises. So dear students, we have discussed with you the three types which Sheldon is talking about. Endomorphs, people who are fat. Mesomorphs, individuals who are muscular. And endomorphs, ectomorphs, who are lean and frail. Now these are the three types जिनके ऊपर Sheldon का बहुत focus है. The physical measurements provide ratings for 5 different areas of the body: head and neck, chest trunk, arms, stomach trunk and legs. A complete description of the process of somatotyping the male body is contained in Sheldon's Atlas of Men, 1954, which includes representative somatotype photographs of over 1,000 men derived from a total sample of 46,000 photographs. Dear students, we are talking to you about the somatotyping technique or process used by Sheldon. Now he employed and used 1,000 pictures of males, and these 1,000 pictures were selected from a total sample of 46,000 photographs. और इन 46,000 फोटोग्राफ्स में जो somatotyping या बॉडी टाइप या फिजिक टाइप पे फोकस किया गया, उसमें डिस्क्रिप्शन थी और फोकस थी ऑन 5 एरियाज. नंबर 1, हेड एंड नेक, चेस्ट ट्रंक, आर्म्स, स्टमक ट्रंक एंड लेग्स. सो हम ये देखते हैं कि वेदर इट्स हेड एंड नेक, चेस्ट ट्रंक, आर्म्स, stomach trunk or legs. These are the 5 areas on the basis of which it was Sheldon who classified people into 3 groups: endomorphs, mesomorphs, ectomorphs. So ये वो टेक्निक थी जिसकी बेसिस पे using somatotyping technique, working on a sample of male subjects, out of 46,000 photographs of male subjects, he selected 1,000, and on the basis of these 1,000, he classified people into these 3 types. Dear students, we are talking to you about the primary physique or the primary components of physique as given to us by Sheldon. जनाब ये तो जहाँ तक प्राइमरी टाइप है. इसके बाद देयर आर सर्टेन सेकेंडरी कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ द फिजिक एज वेल. द सेकेंडरी कंपोनेंट्स, वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट ऑफ द सेकेंडरी कंपोनेंट्स इज डिस्प्लेसिया. Borrowing the term from Kretschmer, Sheldon uses it to refer to any inconsistent or uneven mixture of the 3 primary components in different regions of the body. Thus, it is a measure of disharmony between different areas of the physique, for example, head and neck of one somatotype and legs of another. The measure of dysplasia is arrived at by taking the separate somatotype ratings for the 5 regions of the body and summing the differences for each of the component among the 5 areas of the body. Dear students, we are talking to you about 3 basic types. उसके बाद हमने आपसे एक और इम्पॉर्टेंट सेकेंडरी कंपोनेंट की तरफ फोकस किया, and that secondary component is dysplasia. Dysplasia refers to disharmony in the body type or in the physique. For example, we are talking about 3 types with you: endomorphs, mesomorphs, ectomorphs. Dysplasia would mean that an individual would have some of the body component of endomorph and some of the body component of ectomorph. So there would be a disharmony, a state of disequilibrium. It won't be a pure type, it will be a polluted, it will be a contaminated type. So dysplasia refers to a disharmony in the body types or in the physique of the individual. और शेल्डन का फोकस इन चीज़ों के ऊपर इसलिए है कि we do not get pure physique types in the world. We may come across another type of individuals जिसमें we see half of the body of one particular physique type and the other half of the body of another physique type. So that is where we come across disharmony or dysplasia. Dear students, we are talking to you about the body types as given to us by Sheldon. Preliminary findings indicate that there is more dysplasia associated with ectomorphic component than with either of the other 2 components, and also more dysplasia is observed in female physique than in the male physique. Number 2, Sheldon also reports that there is more dysplasia among psychotics than among college students. They are associated with ectomorphic component than with either of the other 2 components, and also more dysplasia is observed in female physique than in the male physique. Number 2, Sheldon also reports that there is more dysplasia among psychotics than among college students. Dear male physique. Number 2, Sheldon also reports that there is more dysplasia among psychotics than among college students. Dear students, we are talking to you about Sheldon's somatotype, और हमने ये कहा कि Sheldon has classified people into endomorphs, mesomorphs, ectomorphs. He is also talking about a secondary component. He is referring to the fact that we will not be getting these 3 pure types. जरूरी नहीं है कि यही 3 pure types of individual आपको मिले, बल्कि कुछ ऐसी सूरत हाल भी होगी कि there is a disharmony, that is the individual, we may come across individual who would be having certain parts of one somatotype and certain parts of the physique or body of another somatotype. That is, some parts of the body are lean and thin and some parts of the body are fat or plump. So he is talking about dysplasia, the disharmony that exists. Now he is saying that there is more disharmony in physique observed in women as compared to men. So somehow we come across women who suffer from disharmony in physique type. Number 2, he is referring that there is even more dysplasia among psychotics than among normal college student or than among normal population. Dear students, आपसे बात करें शेल्डन की somatotype theory की, और हमने ये कहा कि there is a brand of psychology which is called constitutional psychology. And this brand of psychology, it tries to focus on specific physique, specific somas, specific body types, and these specific physiques are used in explaining personality, explaining human behavior. And Sheldon's somatotyping or Sheldon's somatotype theory is also an attempt in this particular area. Before Sheldon, it was Hippocrates who was classifying people according to their physique into two categories. Then it was Kretschmer who classified people into four groups. And then it was Sheldon who was trying to classify people into basically three types: endomorphs, mesomorphs, ectomorphs. Lekin Sheldon is also focusing on dysplasia. He is talking about that we do not get individuals in these three pure types. There would be individuals who would be having certain parts of the physique of one somatotype and certain parts of the physique of another somatotype. So what will happen? We are going to observe dysplasia or disharmony, and we are going to come across mixed type of individuals. So dear students, today we have tried to focus on Sheldon's somatotype theory, जिसमें हमने फोकस किया है तीन टाइप्स के ऊपर, और हमने ये देखने की कोशिश की है कि what type of physique has what type of mood, और हम इस बात पे आना चाह रहे हैं कि one particular physique type is used in explaining personality, is used in explaining behavior. और उसमें हमने एग्जाम्पल्स आपके साथ जनाब की PTV सीरियल अलिफ नून के और अंग्रेजी फिल्म लॉरेल एंड हार्डी के. Dear students, I hope you have enjoyed listening to Sheldon's somatotype theory, which is still in the beginning. We will continue with some of the most important constructs in our next lecture, और हम ये देखेंगे कि how different physique types and how different temperaments are used by Sheldon in explaining human personality, is used in explaining human behavior. Dear student, please go through the PowerPoint slides and the Word document that is available on the web page of Personality Psychology course, and do write to us if you have a problem. Take excellent care of yourself and do keep in touch with any queries that come across you. Hope to see you in our next lecture. Up till then, it's Khuda Hafiz from Virtual University Studio.